field in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them. That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double-team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Now this is going to work out well as it's out of bounds near the 13-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And their opening drive, that ended with the interception. Fortunate, though, it didn't lead to points.
It didn't lead to points, and because they kind of got away with one, maybe you come back and throw something similar again to show that you're not afraid, that you're not going to back down, and take your shot. Let the defense know that you're going to be there all game long.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again, it's Mixon. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Back deep, Demir Berg. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And taken right at the 35. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
All that for a 2-yard gain, 2nd down. The Browns at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they're hitting their stride of late, winners of 3 of their last 4.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Here we go, here we go.
From the red zone now, Tannehill. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And the Chargers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. But whatever they were trying to call, Chad Muma had it read from the start, getting behind the line of scrimmage and dropping it.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
2nd and 13. That's caught by Ayuk on the slant. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get up here for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he will have the first down as he's up to his 17-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to.
He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 39 yards there, a big one.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
Hadn't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would try to run through the entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. We're scoreless after 1.
Here we go.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. It's caught on the right side of Smith. Down inside the 10. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That one goes for 24 yards.
Boy, this is a well-orchestrated drive they've put together. You think back to how far they were backed up to start things out, but they've gone on a march since then, and now after that completion there, they've got a 1st and goal.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he will score. Touchdown, L.A. Joe Mixon, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chargers go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Bird to return from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Browns drive about to get started. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that worked. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Throwing again on second down. Tannehill. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely, and no matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
McKinnon now going to try the left side. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5. Now Tannehill. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, 21 yards. On first down now, run with McKinnon. And a little bit of space there, takes it inside the 5 to the 3. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be second and goal.
That's good power football on first and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. And they'll run again. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Jarek McKinnon with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Graham, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. Here's a second and 7. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Mason. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Good sharp hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. And happy the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. He's got Smith here. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
To the 43, second down.
Oh,
that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
This size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Let's go.
This offense so far on third down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is third and 9. Now back to throw. This is Smith with the ground. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Jonnu Smith, 58 yards. And the Chargers have taken the lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Bird to return from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense that has things going so well, where you're guessing and guessing wrong play after play. So what you need is someone on the defensive side of the ball to make a big play.
Yeah.
Throw that balance out of whack. That's what you're looking for now. Not worrying so much about guessing what the play call is.
Here we go.
On first down, Tannehill. And this one is incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
Second down, McKinnon. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox, and they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable second down.
Here we go.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. He'll look to throw. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football.
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line.
Touchdown! Calvin Ridley, 34 yards. And the Chargers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Bird to return from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. Now the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to...
Tannehill intercepted again. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. And what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
Taking it about the 1. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Let's go.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time. They'll keep it on the ground. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Here we go.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. The final shot here before the break. Tannehill. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. Taken at the goal line. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by DJ Reed. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. And that one is going to sting. First play of the 3rd quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this 3rd quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. You come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
A handoff, running left, Mixon. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
They're going to look to throw. He's got a man. It's his fullback. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put in.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Joe Mixon with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Chargers take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Bird to return from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one. Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the 1st down.
That's caught left side to tight end Pitts. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. A lot of ground left to make up, obviously, a lopsided contest, and we're already in the 3rd quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard, because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
To the air again, Tannehill. Wright's got it.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Trip left, trip left. Tight right.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Avonte Maddox.
And the Chargers are going to get the football back at their own 17. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays. Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Back to Mixon on second down.
And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Ready?
On third down, Mixon.
And Mixon not going to get there. Running into a wall here, and they'll stop him short.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Here's Brett Kern now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Now it's Bird on the return. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10.
A quick throw out to Lockett. He's got room at the 30.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill steps away.
Into the hands of Williams across the formation.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Tyrell Williams, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Browns get a bit closer.
And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The Charger drive about to get going.
Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. A design run here for Ayuk.
A gain of 3, second down.
Well, not a big gain with that play, but what they're doing is they're spreading the defense out, probing a little bit, and what they're hoping probably is that later in the game, they can create a matchup that they can exploit for big yardage later.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
51 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
The question for Mixon was after an injury-riddled 2020. Will he be back to his old self in 2021? And not only was he back, he was even better. He set career highs across the board, finished top 4 league-wide in yardage and touchdowns.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on second down.
And we're back now here in Cleveland. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
2nd and 7.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
And that one into the hands of Ayuk downfield.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Nixon will try the right side.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort.
12 more yards there and another first down. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Titus Howard, right tackle, the man flagged for that one.
Here we go.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. After the penalty, it's Mixon. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Call it a 6-yard gain. Still plenty of work to do coming up. 3rd and 14.
Ready.
They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
The kick by Bass is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by DJ Reed. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play. Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the...
Mixon hit, and the ball is out. And I think the Browns got it. They did. But he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Tannehill. And this is caught by Williams.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Straight ahead they go with McKinnon. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Meanwhile, Tannehill's throw taken in here by Patrick. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And my goodness, another interception. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
And the Chargers are going to take possession here at their own 33.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead.
And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
They try to eat some clock with Mixon. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
On 3rd down, Fournette. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for L.A.
This returnable for Bird.
That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a 1st down. Roughing, it is a 1st.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Mixing up the middle. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
Open man is Ayuk, complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Here we go.
Inside handoff to Mixon. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. And they'll indeed take a knee. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the L.A. Chargers. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you can just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.
So for the Chargers, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Mile High to take on the Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Browns, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll try again next week at home against New England.